Hi, this is Cooking with Miss G, and today we're going to be making pecan pie cobbler. This is what you'll need to make pecan pie cobbler. 1.5 cups of self-rising flour, 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, 2/3 cup of milk, 6 teaspoons of butter, 1 cup of pecans, and about 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar. You'll also need about 1.5 cups of hot water. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my butter in my dish. And I have already preheated my oven to 350, so I'm going to stick my butter in the oven and let it melt. Now, while I'm letting my butter melt, I'm going to take my flour. I've got 1.5 cups of flour in here. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar. And then I'm going to add my milk. And I'm just going to whisk that around and get it good and wet. I also need vanilla. I forgot to put vanilla on the front. But you can add a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so I'm going to add this teaspoon of vanilla. And we're just going to whisk that because this is going to end up being our crust. And that looks great. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side and I'm going to check on my butter and see if it's good and melted. Okay, so my butter's good and melted, so I'm going to take this cup of pecans and I'm going to put it in here. This bag holds 2 cups, so I already used half of the bag, so I know it's about 1 cup. So I'm just going to kind of coat those with the butter. I usually melt my butter in the microwave. Today I just decided to put it in the pan while it was preheating. So that works out well. You do whatever is good for you. Okay, now I'm going to take this crusty part and pour it over the top. You're going to think, this is so easy. How could it be so delicious? But it is. It's so easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. You top it with ice cream, and it is so good. Okay, I'm just going to kind of, well, I wish my pecans were underneath. They kind of spread out when I poured it in. I'm sure it'll all be okay though. Okay, now I'm going to take brown sugar, and I don't usually measure this part. I just kind of sprinkle it over the top until it's coated. You can't see what's underneath anymore. It's supposedly about 1.5 cups. Like I said, I don't usually measure it. I'm going to turn my hot water on and let it be getting hot while I'm doing this. I don't think we can have too much brown sugar, right? Okay, my water is getting hot, so I'm going to take the measuring cup I was using, and I'm going to put about 1.5 cups of hot water, not boiling, just hot. And I'm going to pour it right over the top. And that is literally all you do. You're going to pop it in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes, and I'll see you in a few. And I set my oven for 30 minutes, and it is time for it to be done. So let's get it out and look at it. Okay. It looks still a little too wet. So I'm going to put it back in for about 5 minutes and see what happens. Right, it's been about 5 more minutes, so let's check it. Oh, I think it's done this time. All right. That's what it looks like. It's nice and golden brown. You can see it's a little jiggly, but it's much thicker than it was a while ago. You can let that sit for a few minutes, let it thicken up a little bit, and then we'll plate it up with some ice cream. So, we will plate it up. You can see it looks like pecan pie. Got it plated up. And we will put some ice cream on top. That looks delicious. Let's get some ice cream on top of it so we can get the full effect of what this is going to look like. Okay, here's our final product. It is beautiful and delicious. It only took about 5 minutes to put together, 30 to 35 minutes in the oven, and you have a delicious dessert. Bye-bye. I hope y'all have a good Christmas.